So for this video, we're going to be talking about using eccentric release to free up tightness, stiffness in the hand or fingers or thumb. So say you're having trouble gripping, right? Because it's too tight and maybe that tightness is causing pain, maybe it's not, but it's restricting your ability to squeeze grip and making you weaker, maybe drop things because you can't sense or get a good grip on it or sustain a good grip. So what that could be is that maybe you've got too much tightness on the outside here, and maybe you have weakness on the inside too, but think of it as a give and take. So you want get the give first so you have some slack to work with, and then you can learn to take it up. It'll be more easily taken up with these inner gripping flexor muscles. So you can take whatever finger you're choosing. If you get familiar with this, you can maybe start to do several at the same time, provided your other hand is of decent use. You can even do this with the wrist. So I can work the wrist, I'm trying to extend, I'm resisting that. I've got my arm in a stable position on a table here. So I'm gonna push against it and then let my other hand here win, like eccentrically, working that. I can work at this joint here. I can work at this joint here. I can work at this joint here. I can do all the joints through the distal joint there, or several from here, depending on what I'm able to articulate and work. But start with one joint at a time because it'll just be easier to channel that and stabilize the thumb. Okay, so there's actually a joint here that moves pretty well. It's the CMC joint right in here, close to the wrist. So that one's a little, when you get in the joints here, they don't really move so much, but the thumb does. That's what makes the thumb different. So that joint is what's known as a saddle joint. It kind of overlaps like this, so it can move here, it can move here, and it can simulate almost like a ball and socket with a little more stability, because it is a smaller joint and harder to stabilize, and we use it a lot, so we need it to be fairly stable as well as mobile. So saddle joint is what we have. So again, that's more in the skin part. It's not in the web space part. This is a different joint completely. So we're going close to the wrist for that one. So just being able to go in, out, up, down kind of thing, different directions. So I can work against it there, more in the meaty part of the hand, resist, and work it in both directions with maintaining resistance throughout the motion in both directions there. And then I can work on the inside, gripping there. Same thing here. This is more like the finger joints as we come out this way and there, okay? And then working on the gripping, maybe resisting that way, pulling in towards the fingers, pulling in kind of towards the pinky here in that way. So you can kind of work it that way and then retest your grip with the flexion. We do grip better in wrist extension, so doing gripping like this isn't very functional. We do better here, turning doorknobs and such. So hopefully that's helpful in kind of freeing up the hand and getting that grip back and the control, the mobility, the strength, all of it, and not dropping things. Okay, good.